we had lots of school I can't say school of thoughts on
And
the
I said,
war and how it was affecting us, and the whole econs things came up, and we just wanted to know your view. It wasn't even like, I mean, we had even premises, and we are giving some quotations, and we have put some links on the page, and
oh, Charlie.
But Debian, it was just demand and supply. Just demand and supply
just
things.
demand and supply it to
Basic
now.
economics. Hey.
Basically, like, just give us maybe okay, because now there's a war and Russia is like one of the biggest suppliers or producers of oil and gas and energy. Now that there's war, is going to cut short. Then they just give us some, projections. Millions. Oh,
Oh,
Ssag.
Charlie.
Do you know there was
Oh.
somebody on the page, right? Okay, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
There are people on the Ssag page who are with big companies,
Mm-hmm.
but they are low key. We have the
Just like
head of
me,
communications.
low key.
We have the head of communications for just one group of companies on the page. Oh. And all these things, she monitors them. Oh. She PM me fair, like, my people, are they not reading, or are they joking, or they don't really know what's happening? So, like, you people, there are serious people on the page, just that they are quiet. Understand? They are quiet, but they are looking at things, and I mean, whenever we are joking and things, they are happy. Whenever they see us dancing, they are happy. But they like us. One of the reasons why they like us, because for lack of better words, we are intellectuals. We are intellectuals coming from different backgrounds who have decided to do theater, who have decided to do film, who have decided to do production. That's what is pushing them to join us. Because I mean, if you have young people who are economists, who are analysts, who are IT technicians, who are students, but still have time to do these productions, this choreography, drama, and still pass their exams and still excel in what they are doing as they are 85, it amazes them. So sometimes when we are on the page and we are discussing all these things, Charlie, make yourself known. Say something. Say something. Say something. Debian, say something. Yes, some people is in the booty.
I'll say something. I'll say something.
Sapili. Yeah, my brother Sapili is in. Sapili, hi in Russia, please. You're welcome.
Hello. Russia is fine. Russia is cold and all that you can think of.
Wow. Please, we just saw. I just saw. Okay, I just saw a short video of Biden, Joe Biden, saying that he's going to cut supply from Russia, the basic supply. That's from your oil, your gas, and then your energy.
Yeah.
Just to push him to the wall.
To push who to the wall? To push our president?
Yeah, push your president to the wall. Your president Putin to the wall.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that video, dude?
I haven't seen that video, but I saw a post about Shell oil, speaking that it's difficult for them to get off from Russian oil because it's going to be catastrophic to the whole world. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And for me, I've seen most of the talks about that. I mean, it's true what you're saying, but I think it's going to really affect Africa as a whole, because clearly you can't tell me that there's going to be a shortage of oil in Russia, but it's going to affect Europe and then Africa, because for Africa, we are really relying on the West and on Russian oil and all these things for our basic needs. So I just read yesterday that the price of a barrel could go up to about $300.
Yeah.
At the moment it's about $100, and so it's like everything is going to everything is going to be like times 3 of what we are already having. Like I can't imagine that. See, I'm just praying everything goes down, because it's going to have a long effect on economies worldwide.
I see. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sampene Buedu, our IT technician and cyber security guy for Ssag. I mean, that's his main job. He has been with us since day one, since Ssag incorporated. He's the head of Kumasi branch. So anytime Ssag is in Kumasi, somebody is hosting us, unless the last time we went for the food round, because he's now in Russia. Yeah, he's a
Yeah, I was monitoring from Russia.
And this is his first time on the show. Please let's welcome him. Well, you can unmute a crowd for him. I mean, he has always been running away, but I think Putin pushed him to come today. Okay,
Please,
so
are you
tonight
actually in Russia or like the Russia?
he's actually in Russia. Do you want him to put on
Yeah, I'm
it?
actually in Russia.
Yeah, show them something.
Okay.
I don't know what else to,
I
I don't know what to
I
show,
heard
but
your-
maybe let me just show the window because this is definitely not Ghana.
I heard
or...
the spring is wintering. Your spring is wintering. It's wintering. There's no
Yeah, yesterday I was
yeah.
really surprised. I was just yesterday about for some minutes I was outside and then I went into the metro station and then the next thing I realized there was snow everywhere.
There
It
was
was
snow.
just snowing. I'm trying to
Yeah, I think I
it's
saw.
snow right here.
Hey, and now both
I saw
kind.
something like
How
this.
quick time?
There
Yeah,
be
this I was saying clearly.
Russia.
This is snow like just outside my windows.
I believe you.
Yeah. That's so many
I
again.
don't believe
Yeah,
you.
it's plastic chair. Plastic chair.
Oh, Alfred.
Akuba me too, yummy. Oh, Charlie
We
guys.
are recording.
Yeah, we are recording. I know, right? So, 65 years of independence, 65 years of freedom and justice, 65 years of Ghana is free forever. And how have we come so far? So right now I have somebody who is a little bit older than I am. And I can boldly say he's older than TV3, like how I'm also older than TV3. But most of you, TV3 is older than you. Yeah. And some of you cry, let me see. Some of you cry. I think Metro TV is older than you are. But we move. So, what's your take? Me personally, I think I'll start first, then maybe I'll set the ball rolling, and then we move forward. So, I think God has been good to us generally as a country. 65 years, we've never had anything like war or something of that sort. Neighboring countries attacking us, we coming together and trying to fight another nation or of that sort. I think God has really been good to us, and the peace in Ghana here is one of a kind. The peace in Ghana is one of a kind, because when you go to other countries, I mean, you can question their peace. Like you are even scared. You're even scared to even go out when it's after 7 p.m. And what I'm saying is very real. I remember when we went to Nigeria. I think something was with us. When we went to Nigeria, as at 7 p.m., people are locking their gates with security people having machetes and these security people I'm talking about, it's not like trained security people who, like these, gangsters and things having machetes in front of the gates and threatening you if you come around and who are you. And so Ghana is really blessed. I mean, 65 years, Ghana is really blessed. Since I was born, I've never heard of any famine, any hunger, anything of that sort, except recently COVID-19 came. That really shook our economy small. But I mean, God has been good unto us. I'll talk about the negatives later. So I'm going around. I see Debbie Ann's hand is up. Yeah, Debbie, your take. 65 years freedom and justice.
Oh, I just have a point. Like you were saying that because you've not experienced war and stuff like that, so God has been good to us. But I think you shouldn't thank God because of the absence of the negative. But in all, that's just my point. Oh, now I'm on with you. Please, you get my point. It's like I'm thanking God because I'm not blind, I'm not deaf, but I mean the deaf and dumb people to thank God for that. So that's just the point I wanted to raise. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so since you have the mic on, so also give us your your take. You can start from the negatives, you can start from the positive. So 65 years of freedom and 65 years of independence, 65 years of Ghana is free forever. Since you were born till now, what's your take as a growing adult, as a young adult?
I think it's been good so far. Well, most Ghanaians are kind of disappointed, but I'm not, because considering the fact that a country like our country, we were colonized for some time, and then after that, after our independence in quotes, we are not like mentally independent from the colonial masters. So I would just say that Ghanaians are being too hard on themselves when they want us to, like, in, let's say, 4 years or 65 years become like US. It doesn't work that way. So they should just trust the process, and then, yeah, do your bit. In the end, we'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, so we should do our bit, and in the end, we'll get there. I think that your point is very solid. At 65 years, I think it's quite a long time. Well, we'll come to that. Alfredo Kufu, your take, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah. I mean, 65 years. Is I think it's a good number of years to say that where we are now, we are kind of behind. For me, I think we've come far, but I think we could have done more. And then looking at the 65 years, it was characterized by some coup d'etats and all of those things that came up. Bad leadership, all of those things came up in the 70s, in the 60s with that coup, and all of those things has actually made our country not go as far as it was supposed to. And so I think it has come far and it is good. But for me, for now, I think I would say we could have done better, because we've seen countries that got their independence way lesser. Some got independence from the 90s, and they are doing better than us. And I think that even though it is good that we've enjoyed peace, as you said earlier, I mean, peace with hunger doesn't make a lot of sense. Peace with bad leadership doesn't do anything to us. Peace with poverty is nothing. And so for me, I think I'm not also saying that we should have money and then not enjoy peace, but I'm also saying that if there's peace, there should be something we can also boast of apart from peace. That will put money in our pocket. That would make our economic living better. That would make us. I mean, if you don't have money, you don't have proper peace. So the peace you are enjoying is the peace without war, not necessarily the peace in our pockets. So, I mean, I think for 65 years, our main concern as a country for me is leadership problem, and then the attitude of citizens, the citizens here. So I would come back later and speak more into it. Yeah.
That's spot on. That's spot on. Peace without money, Charlie. We'll definitely call you back to come and explain further. Mami Abwedi. Welcome. How are you? Oh yeah, it's Meku. So we should go and come.
Please, I'm fine. Please, I don't like that.
I mean, every Tuesday, Meku man. How are you, please? How are you doing?
I've been good. Yourself?
Yeah, God's grace and well. Thanks for asking.
Thank
So
God.
65 years. I don't know how old you are. I can easily maybe predict your age, but I don't want to do that.
Nobody asked you.
So since you were born till now, and the history you've heard and read and seen of your beloved country, Ghana, what's your take? I mean, people are saying that, I mean, we are grateful for the peace. People are saying that whether good or bad, we still have to be grateful. Another person is on the school of thought that, I mean, it's good though, but 65 years as a country is quite long for us to be still be stagnant as where we are. What's your take, Amia?
Okay. So when you guys were talking, I was just thinking about it in a sense that if Ghana was a person, 65 years. So therefore, let's come into our church. 65 years, or retirement. And I mean, for me growing up, I don't know if I saw well, I don't know if I saw much when I was little, but for the few things I remember, Ghana was like a place that you'd love to live in. And well, now Ghana is a great country. That's the thing. Ghana is a great country. And I agreed with Alfred when he said that there are actually a lot of things that has made Ghana what Ghana is now. And I'm also looking at it from the point that, let's say, 65 years. There are some 65-year-olds who retire from work and then they live a good life. And there are 65-year-olds who also retire and then live a miserable life. All the same, it depends on how the obstacles and the hindrances that come our way, it depends on how they are handled and they are managed. Because I believe Ghana can be better than Ghana is now. But unfortunately, if I'm talking about currently, the leaders are using us to play cha-cha. But other than that, Ghana is a great country. And I'll just say this last thing. I was having a conversation with my sister, and then she was talking about how, we were driving through Spintex, and then we were looking at how people were mounting, buildings for companies and all of that. And when you enter most of these malls and all of these places, they are not Ghanaians. Most of the owners are not Ghanaians. And she was telling me that really, this country is a great country. But then another thing too is we the Ghanaians, we don't see what those who are out there are seeing, because they have been in the life they are living there. They know how it is there. And then they look at us and then they see the opportunities that we are not looking at. And then they come here and make money out of Ghana. Sometimes I feel that it is also because most of we Ghanaians don't look outside the box in code. So we have seen the picture of the outside world, the developed countries to be, there is a fair day, you see all of those things. But then they also see opportunities in this country. This country is great. Let's forget about, the leaders. We have bad leadership, fine. But then we have to do our part as citizens. Like me right now, I tell people that, like, live your life, play your part, and then think about yourself. Because if you decide that you're going to think about, like, most of the things that are happening, you will die before your time. So Ghana is a great country. We've come far. Akakakra. But then do your part as a Ghanaian, and then you will be fine. Let's not overthink things. Let's just thank God for what we have now and hope that it will get better. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man. Me Abuedi. Yeah, man. It's getting heated. I like where the conversation is going. Alfredo Gubu, I'll call you. Let's finish taking the that of Hilda, Sampene, Kukops, and Precom. Then, so please don't forget your question, Alfred. I beg you, don't forget your question. So, a lady just spoke, he for she. We'll go to Kukops. Kukops, what you gonna say?
Okay. So with what who just spoke, Mamia just said about playing our part as Ghanaians, I will just say something about that because I think Ghanaians are not ready for change. That's what I think, because it's like every other government that comes has that mindset of, let me bring something I feel would help the citizens. The citizens have the mindset of, nah, it wouldn't help us, because we going through that process of changing our ways, changing our mindsets, like the shifting that paradigm thing. We have a very great problem with that. Aside that, Ghana has been great. I haven't actually heard a lot I mean, I say bikini, so yeah, we don't really hear plenty, but what?
Why you don't know?
Little, oh no, I don't really talk. The little we heard and we've seen. Okay, Ghana has been good, but then we just have to change our mindset and be ready to hold on to the change that is coming our way.
All right, great. So it's about the mindset. Yeah. So how do you call it? Emancipated in our mental slavery. Then that thing Bob Marley said. You okay? Alfred Okofu said he disagrees with you. So Alfred, please keep all your comments down. We'll come back to you. Kobe just spoke. Okay, Lady Hilda Ablo, please, your take. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ben,
So I
sorry, what
think,
was the question?
can you hear us, Hilda?
Yeah, I can hear you. What was the question? Or what
Yeah.
is the question?
The question is what was shared today. So 65 years of freedom and justice, 65 years of independence, 65 years of Ghana, your beloved country is free forever. Since you were born till now, what's your take? How are you seeing the country? Is it better? Is it good? That's what we
It
are
can
asking.
get better. There's room for improvement. Like there's a lot of room for improvement.
Hello, Hilda, I think we are losing you.
Based on my few interactions with
Yeah, this is better.
can you hear me?
Yes, please. This is
Okay,
crystal
so
clear.
I'm saying there's room for improvement. We can always do better. Based on my interaction with a few institutions and some individuals and some, like, should I say, high places, the government institutions, I think we as individuals have a lot to do. We have a lot of roles to play in experiencing. So far, so good, though.
All right. So far, so good. And that he thinks we can do better. Okay. Sampene. Yeah, Sampene Buedu. How long have you been in Russia? 3 months.
Yeah.
Or
Remember, I don't want to compare and contrast Ghana with Russia, but I would just say that it can get better, definitely. Someone spoke about change, the fact that we are not used to change, and that is one of the truest things I've seen, especially since I got here. Like I said, I don't really compare, but sometimes it just hits you and realize that no, we can do this in Ghana, but the people really wouldn't take it, or they wouldn't really take such a situation. I think most Ghanaians or Ghana is the people in Ghana really do. Some of them do not really understand change. I usually use an example that if I want to clean my entire room, I would first of all get everything in the outside. If the people of Ghana are the things in the room, they will be complaining, "Hey, why are you bringing me outside? Don't you know I'm comfortable where I am?" Meanwhile, the room has to be painted. Meanwhile, the room has to be rearranged. But when you bring the people outside, they're like, "No, no, 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 I don't want to be outside. I'll go back in." That is the situation Ghana is in now. It looks like every leader who comes sees that there is a change that we have to do. But when leader A comes in and he decides to do it, the people who belong to leader B then say, "Hey, why are you bringing me outside? I want to be comfortable where I am. It's okay like this. Before you came, I was okay. I was seated. Why do you want to change?" And because of that, it will be like an unending loop. It will forever loop like that, and there will always be one leader who would come in, try to implement something very good and very helpful, and will always be backwards. So I think one of the most important things is we, the people, ourselves, how we mentally react to some of these things and some of these changes and some of these leadership guides. I always say that, for let me use the president as an example. The president wouldn't come to Edum Kumasi to come and effect a change. The change will have to go through the committees and the organizational, I don't know, the departments and whatever, municipalities and all those things. So it's him in power, but the people actually make the government. So it's like we Ghanaians, we don't understand that we only see the president and we only see Accra, the Jubilee House, and all those things. And until we fail to see it like that, we will unfortunately be in such a situation. It's I think we Ghanaians also, we are, most of us also try to, someone also mentioned that, I agree with that, that we just look at the Western, we just look at the developed countries and we think we can be like them. We compare ourselves to them like in a year, in the two. It didn't take them just a year or two to get to where they are. It took them a whole lot and they went through the process. So we have to really also understand that if Ghana is 65 years, like you said. If it was a person, the person would have been retired. It means the person has lived their entire lives, completed, and then it's like now resting. But Ghana is now kick-starting. So I think it really falls on we the people, because clearly the reason the how somebody will know you are a Ghanaian is not because of your president, but because of how you do your things. You understand? So since we are on such a productive call like this, I think we all have the chance to be able to make effective changes wherever we are, wherever we find ourselves. So we the people really make the country and we make the government, and I think everything depends on us. This is my two piece of coins.
Wow, this is getting interesting. Actually, those who are not on the call, they are missing. No, please tell them. We have like some cool 30 minutes to go. I think they can still come and say something and learn a lot. I mean, this is a Ssag show. We always learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay, so back to Alfred Kufu. Alfred Kufu will disagree with some people on their views and comments and things. Hey, Papa, Alfred, please, over to you.
All right. Thanks, Bembo. I mean, my disagreement is to some of the things Cool Cops said. I think it has been running through. In as much as I believe that the citizens are the problem sometimes, I think there's a saying that leadership is the cause, everything else is effect. I mean, leadership is something that is very, very important. And the issue I said I disagree with Cool Cops is with the issue of change. I mean, systematically, Ghanaians wanted change, have always been wanting change. But the thing is that our leadership keeps failing us with the kind of changes they make. And so now people do not believe them when they want to make the change. And now the leadership in communicating their changes do it wrongly. And so if you tell me now that let's just do a quick poll and ask Ghanaians if we want Ghana to become like another country, like say America, or we want to implement this, implement that, a lot of people would go for it. But the thing is, would our leaders do it the right way? The question people ask is, now, let me use this e-levy thing. A lot of people agree to it that in the short term, e-levy is something that is going to salvage our economy. A lot of people agree to it. But the problem is that they think that the money will not be used well. They think that this is there can be another approach. People believe in the e-levy. I'm just using that as an example. People believe that it will help the economy in the short term, but they are saying that they will use it well because in the past, our leaders have failed us. So the change that people don't want now is as a result of the systematic failure back then. And so if you say that people don't want change, I don't think I would 100% agree with you. Even though we have some people who do not want change, they are in the society, we agree, but they are there. But the thing is that systematically our leaders have failed us. And so now people don't have the trust and they believe in them anymore. And so if they want to cause any form of change, people want to question the change to the core. And the leaders do not communicate it well because they just want anything to just make the people happy or anything. And so people don't believe in them like they used to. Because way back, when our leaders speak, citizens listen. But now the people do not listen anymore because they think they failed us from the back. So now the change is becoming difficult because leaders don't do the right things now, and then the citizens do not also believe in the change the people. That is the problem we have as a country, and that was the rebuttal I wanted to give to Kukos and Mameya.
Great. I think that's spot on. Even though I think we're losing you at the end, but I mean, we clearly get what you are trying to say. Charlie,
Bembo, I'm
thank you.
done.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Alfred. That's spot on. That's spot on. That's so spot on. That's so spot on. Okay, Mamiya, please, over
Hello?
to you. Your hand has been up for some time now. Over to you. This is also, by the way, anytime you feel like giving a comment and you don't want to put it in the chat session, but you want us to hear your voice, you can please raise up your hand. And then when your colleague or the person on the floor is done, we'll quickly call you. So, Mamiya, please, over to you. Mamiya Boidu Abuedi.
Yes. Can you hear me, please?
Crystal clear, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So, I just wanted to come back and remake some of my points. So I was talking at a point, I made the statement that sometimes Ghanaians look at how things are out there and then they assume that it is all, yes, it looks all flashy, it is all rosy, but you have to work for it. And also I believe I have the view that, okay, if the systems are in place, that's what that, okay, if the systems are in place, you know that if you do this, you're going to get that. We think as Ghanaians that is the way to go. And fine, yeah, sometimes, if you know that you are getting what you're working for and you are getting value for what you are doing, it gives you some kind of fulfillment. But again, I was talking to somebody and then she was talking about how she was so excited to relocate to Ghana. Why? Because let's say she said what she was earning about let's say $3,000 a month. And when we calculated her bills, right? We calculated her bills, like every month she gets like what she gets for herself is not even up to like $1,000. Now, let me come back to what Sampene said. Sometimes we Ghanaians, I always say that, are we ready for the change? If the change comes, are we ready? Because Ghanaians are too comfortable. I say that the attitude or the behavior that you have down here, most Ghanaians, not all Ghanaians, because I know some of us, we are very correct. But most of us, the attitudes that we have in Ghana, or even if Ghana is changed to look like Abotre, some of us would never change. So it's not about, and sometimes I don't blame our leaders. Yes, most of them have their selfish gains, but also sometimes how we also our attitudes and how we react, because I feel like our leaders play us like fools because that is the vibe we are giving them. Yes, they are greedy. The greediness part is there, but then those who are actually reaping from Ghana are reaping. Do you get it? So really, I feel like Ghanaians here, we have to stop thinking like, sometimes some of us, we have to stop thinking like the way we do. Because if you feel like if you keep thinking that, okay, you won't make it in Ghana, or Ghana is not a place that would give you a better life, a better future. People have done it and have survived. Like, you're not the only one living in Ghana in this era. What are you doing? What part are you playing in your life? Because in the long run, you ever say the change doesn't come, or you don't get the chance to maybe go leave Ghana and then get all of those systems that are out there that would help you to, in code, better your life. So does that mean that you're just going to sit down and complain? Like, what are you doing on your part? Are you just going to complain? And that's one thing I think Ghanaians should think about. Like, we should stop complaining and then just start doing something, because if they don't care, they don't care. Like, nothing, most of the things that we say, let us just play our part as Ghanaians. Do well and like work hard to better your life. And yes, sir, if you say you are waiting on them to change, there's some of us here, we do have hope in Ghana. But then what if the change doesn't come? Does that mean that you're just going to sit down and then keep complaining? And then when you also turn 65 years, you come and blame Ghana like we are blaming the leaders. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'm permitted to talk.
Oh, something else you can talk. I was about mentioning your name, so.
Okay. Thank you. So, I like how interesting the conversation is going. I think in the rebuttal he was asked. I heard from, I think, Albert. He mentioned systematic failure. I picked some keywords: systematic failure. He mentioned in the past. He mentioned have failed us. I have just one question. At which point, okay, all these things have happened, like you said, all these things have happened. So, because of that, should there be no change anymore? Like, I don't know how else to put it, but okay, fine. There has been issues where in the past they failed us, but it doesn't mean there shouldn't be any development. I don't know whether you get it. People, okay, you meet someone, the person has gotten broken heart in the past, so they shouldn't try again. This is where the problem is, because we feel like, oh, they are going to spend the money. And like, I still keep to my statement on the fact that it is we the people, because we always hear, oh, Ghana, there is corruption in Ghana. To be frank, let me tell you, the president and the leadership and all those things, if there is a project to come to be done in Obuasi and it's a road, and the person who is the contractor who is doing the thing is not picking the what's the name? All contractors in Ghana, nobody is taking bribe. All engineers, all whatever, if nobody is taking bribe, you can't force the person to take bribe. It will never happen. So it's not like the leaders are pushing the bribe. Like we said, every human being is corrupt and indisciplined. But at any point in time, how many Ghanaians against how many leaders? The proportion of Ghanaians to leaders, it will always outnumber the leaders. So if, okay, the 100, the 1:10, the one of them is corrupt, it will never affect the entire country. It is the entire populace. The last time before I went to somewhere, I was going to get my passport. I went to the passport office. I mean, mind you, the passport office, I don't think the government or the president or the ministers who work in the passport office are individuals who work there. I was there. I go to the office. I lived in Kumasi, but I was forced to come to Accra because the online system I applied, and for like 4 weeks it wasn't working. I don't think it's the government that has to do that. There are people there who are paid to maintain such systems. They go to work every day. They are your friends. They are my friends. I was in Accra. As soon as I got there, the security man was like, "What are you doing here?" No, but here's a passport office. I'm having my papers and I'm coming. What am I coming to do here? What does it look like I'm coming to do here? Fine. I went in there and there was a long queue. I was wondering who they were going to see. They were going to see one particular person. So I decided to pass by and go and see what's going on inside. I went there and the person they were all going to see in that queue was eating. You understand? This is going to reduce productivity. At the end of the day, there is a lot of money that is going to be wasted. At the end of the day, it comes down to unproductivity, and the tax and all these things that we are paying is not being put to use. Mind you, it will never end. It will never end. So at any point in time, there is systematic failure. Fine. It has happened in the past. Okay. The leaders have failed us. Fine. It doesn't mean they will never fail us again. It doesn't mean we shouldn't let them. If that's the case and they have failed us, okay, then let them share everyone. Let them share money for everyone, and everyone should go and find their way somewhere to go and stay, because if they have failed us and because of that we can't allow them to have projects that would help us, then what is the essence? So I really think that it is, to a certain extent, to a very large extent, for that matter, it depends on we the individuals. We outnumber the leaders, and then every one of us is working in an office or another. So if always we go to the offices and if always we go to our workplaces, and the things that we are doing, how we are engaging, how we are using office time, how we are doing all those things, I mean, you can never tell me that it will get to the point where after doing all these things well, the majority of individuals doing all these things well, the country will still stand where it is. I don't want to compare how I see things here. Let me just use one example. When if you come here and you have to move around, you must get a metro card. If you don't have the metro card, you can't move around. In Ghana, if they decide to introduce such a system, they'll be like, hey, excuse me, what if mine gets missing? What if mine gets missing? We don't want this. We want to use money. We want to pay like we are doing. But why do they want to use the metro card? It is good. It helps. It helps them to be able to track, to be able to keep track of and development and all those sorts of things. But I always see it and I'm like, you can't bring this thing to Ghana because this old woman in the market will tell you that media mean to me computer and all those sort of things. So most of these things, I really think it's individual. Thank you.
Wow, spot on, Charlie.
Bembo, I think he asked the question. I would have to come and answer.
Yeah. So I was coming to you actually because he put some questions to you, and then when you are done answering, the beyond will follow. So I think some people just join. Please, you are all welcome. I see Pearl Akai, I see Kelly Max. We are discussing 65 years of independence, 65 years of freedom and justice, 65 years of Ghana, your beloved country is free forever. I don't know how old you are. So how have you seen Ghana from the time you were giving birth onto this earth till now? There have been a lot of school of thoughts. There have been a lot of banter. There have been a lot of ideas, some agreement and disagreement, and the convo still goes on. This is a Ssag show. We are always here to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So you are welcome. Alfred Okufu, please, over to you before you forget all that.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I think you didn't get what I was saying. I was answering why the system is like that. That's why I told you that, or I said here that the people don't want change because of the systematic failure. I'm not saying because of the systematic failure we can't have a change. I was saying that it was because of the past failures of our leaders. Now people don't want to entrust a lot of things into their hands again, and so they don't want to believe in them anymore. So if you say I should change it to this, in the past you did and you failed, and so why do you expect me to believe that you will do it again and be successful? That is the reason why the Ghanaians are developing that change problem. That is what the point I was trying to make. And now let me make a quick submission. The challenge we have here in this country is that, I mean, we have Ghanaians who have left Ghana, just like Yao, gone to Russia, and they are following systems. And they are able to abide by every law of the other country. There are some companies in Ghana here that Ghanaians work in there because it's an American or a European company. They are able to abide by all the laws there. So I ask myself, these Ghanaians that work in these firms would, for example, in some companies, they'll tell you don't drive past kilometers per hour or don't drive past this. And they're able to follow it to the latter. But when they come out from the company, then they would be overspeeding, they'll be causing a lot of things. So I ask myself, are these people double-sided or what? Is it because of the systems that they are put in place in the company, or it is because these people have decided to do it? So I ask myself, what is happening? So the thing is that sometimes we are saying the citizens, I mean, human beings in and of themselves would want to have a comfortable life unless you put a check on them. And so if you say leadership is important, but it's not too important, that's why I said that leadership is because everybody wants comfortable, nobody wants to be controlled left, right, center. So I'm saying that in as much as we want change, we need firm leaders, we need leaders who be true to us. And if they are able to set up proper structures, proper systems, and proper standards, we'll be able to solve a lot of issues we are having here now. Now, the example you gave as the Metro card, I mean, let Ghana introduce this system and say we are sticking to it, devoid of whether you vote for me or not, we are sticking to it, and that is what is going to happen. And everybody, I tell you, would follow it, because now, if you don't have that Metro card in Ghana, you can't take any public transport. Would you stay home? You want it, so you'd want to do it. But I mean, when they raise it up, people will start talking, and people and the government, because of elections, would listen to the people, and so the systems are bad. That is what I have been saying. That, and then the root cause of this is largely education. Our educational structure and educational system in this country is very poor, and has been poor since. And that is our problem, and we have now. And so, the 65 years of independence, our major problem has been education, and we are just praying that in the coming years, be able to restructure our system and have proper education. Because then, if the market women were educated back then, probably if you introduce Metro card, they won't have problems with it. Thank you.
So I like the Sapele, so please put your points down, right? And let me go on to Mamiya. And then I'm sure Mamiya will also try.
Me. Oh,
You, Debian.
Bamboo.
Yes.
Yes.
But why did you put your hand down? Debian.
You said I'm next, so
Okay, Debian. So hold on before you
yeah.
come in. So Sapele, put your point down. I'm sure what Mamiya is also about to say will also banter yours a little. And then maybe you can address both of them. Debian, please, over to you.
Yeah, as you said, Ghanaians need to be emancipated mentally, right? But then again, as Alfred said, some Ghanaians they really shock me. Some things they wouldn't do in Ghana when they go out of the country, and they do it freely with no pressure or like not even at gunpoint. They do it easily. They go to work early. They abide by the laws in the country and all that. But when they come to Ghana, then they will just forget, and then like I don't know. So some way somehow the system complements the behavior of the citizen, I should say. So the system maybe outside compels them to maybe change their mindset to fit in that system. Because if you don't get a metro card, for instance, you can't move and you want to move. So maybe if we check our system, our leaders put in system that would some way, somehow induce us to change our mindset, I think we can get somewhere. Thank you.
All right. So the system needs to work. Basically, that's what Debian is saying. Okay, Sampini. Sorry, wait. Mamiya. Mamiya Boedu.
I was just going to add that another thing that we Ghanaians we also have to change is our mindset. And I get what's Alfred that there has to be systems and structures put in place. But then just like Sampini said, if Ghana is changed, or the infant say they say they are switching. Ghana should be like Dubai. And we have all of those things there. What the kind of mindset that Ghanaians have, would these Ghanaian people who are here that are complaining that they want a Ghana that is like Dubai, would they be able to survive there? Because Otse has say you're in Ghana and you believe that, okay, if you are taking to let me use this example. So we are Christians, right? And then we are living heaven on earth because we believe that we know that someday we will go and join the Father in the kingdom, right? And that is, we are living a life here. It's like we are practicing. Yeah, you say we are practicing for the D-Day when we go to heaven, the lifestyle we are going to live there. Now, you are praying for a heaven, but then you are not living the life that you are supposed to live. The practicing that they are saying we all should practice, no. You are not practicing some. But then in your mind, you still want to go to heaven. That mindset, no, that is what's one thing that is also killing Ghanaians. Because we have the mindset that, okay, so why is it that, they're fine. Maybe they are, yes, our systems and structures are very questionable. But then the little that you can do here, no, why are you not doing it? That you're waiting for the time that they say, okay, go there before you would start living the way or some of the good things that you can do. Who knows, that lifestyle that you are, in quotes, saving in your pockets for your brochure, why don't you start here? You don't know what it would even do for the country. And so I am still of the view that, see, our leaders, yes, they are doing whatever they are doing. Let them do whatever they are doing. But what are we doing as Ghanaians? Because as the systems are hard, as things are not going on well, you are still going to work. You are still doing what you are doing. You are living your life. Yes, things are hard. But then what are you doing on your own to change even the small surroundings that you are in? If you are not able to do that, then I don't think that even when the environment is changed, you will be able to change, because your mindset, the Ghanaian mindset is still in your mind that, okay, Ghanaians just like things being handed to them. We complain that our leaders are not being long-term visioned. But then our leaders, I say that our leaders have also studied and known that when you hand a Ghanaian man, that you give it to the Ghanaian man, okay, this is fish, take and eat. Tomorrow I'll come and give you another fish. I think that is what the Ghanaian man wants. But then these same Ghanaian people who have given the leaders idea of who we are also go back and blame them for not giving us a fishing net or the hook to go to the river to go and fish. You have given them the idea that when they bring it to you, I think that is why the leaders are playing with us, because we Ghanaians, most of us are not long-term visioned. We all want the things to be handed to us, because when they start implementing those things we are asking for, will we be able to survive? Some of these people wouldn't just, let's just change our mindset. Thank God that some of us, the young ones, I thank God for some of us, because we do have a mentality that we know that, okay, things can be better. And then if we are able to change in our areas, I believe that even though the change, we still have hope that Ghana will change. When it comes, we'll be able to level up with whatever that is coming. But if we are there and we are not doing anything in our lives or in our jurisdictions to change, I believe that when the bigger picture comes, there's nothing we can do. We will still go down, because in our minds, we can never be better people. So let us just change our mindsets. Some of us, we still have hope in Ghana that it will get better. But when it gets better, will we be able to survive? Would our attitudes and our characters help us build that Ghana, that the change that they are bringing? Would our attitude and behaviors help build that better Ghana that we are dreaming of? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mami Abwedi. Wow. I think, okay, I think I reserve my comments for later. Something.
Yes, sir. I'm sure this will be the last one. Alfred, thank you so much for your contribution. It's been interesting. I want us to do a little analysis here. Not analysis really, but based on what I was saying, that the system is you and me. So let's say there is this law in Ghana: don't drive past 10 p.m. Okay, we have Kofi. Kofi decides to drive at 11 p.m. He's arrested. The system is working, right? Kofi calls his uncle, who is a police officer. He makes some calls to release Kofi. Kofi is released. There are 20 Kofis in every district. There are 20 districts in every region. There are 16 regions in Ghana. You can see that in all, we have a lot of, I didn't do the math here, but about 400 by 16 Kofis in a day. You can tell me that the system is really broken. This was, in this case, the system was already in place that don't drive past 10 p.m. But what happened? One person drove. He was arrested. He called his uncle. Oh, send me the mini. Oh, boys, so dear, Magino. It happens. That is the first scenario. Another scenario, they said in Ghana, don't pay rent, tenants, house, landlord, and whatever. Don't take 6 months and 2 years and all those things rent.
2 years advance.
Exactly.
2 years advance.
Exactly. I don't know how many of us are. I don't know how many of us are. I don't know how many of us are landlords and all these things here. These things, the systems are already in place. But see, like I said, the government is not like he's coming to the government is the police near government. The system is you and me. The leaders, I think Alfred mentioned leaders. I don't know how many of you, but I know some of us here are working in high places and we are leaders. We effect changes in various places. You see, so if the system is such that there is a law that nobody should drive at 10 p.m., the system has already been set. It being a system is the fact that after 11, you were really arrested and put in prison. Somebody does something, he's a star, he's an artist or whatever. Okay, everyone knows that he's done this thing party, he has to be arrested, he has to be then released. I stand with let's say Bembo, I stand with Shatawale, let's release Shatawale, I stand with Shatawale. See, we are breaking the systems, we don't know. We're just saying that the government and all these things. But sometimes I just go on and I see what these people are doing. I'm like, are you people really, do you really want the change and the change that you really want to see? Because when it happens to you, we say with them more fast, no. But when it's happening to others, the system is not working. That is really what I have to say. So for the first time, I said, do the extrapolation. it is as basic as breaking a law and being released for it. You just broke the system. The system is not like some strict something be like that. The system is the measures that have been put in place in governance, how the measures are being put in place and how they are being enforced. So in as much as we are breaking the laws one by one, let's extrapolate it to 1,000 in a day, in a month, in a year. The system is really broken. It's not the government who blew the system, it's with the individuals. So that's my take on that.
Alfred Okufu, I'll call you. I'll call you. I see you've raised up your hand like 3 times. Before I call Alfred, let me read some of the comments in the chat session. So to cool some tempers. So Emmanuel Adopreko, who is having a little issue with his network, says that let's not blame our leaders so much. The burden is on you and I to be the change we want to see. Leadership plays a key role, yes, but let's not lay all the blame on leaders. We must wake up and be the change we want to see. Now, Emmanuel Adopreko is siding with if you break my heart, I will break your father's head. When the shit, Ghanaians wake up. That's what Emmanuel Adopreko is saying. Ghana, wake up. He sided with
Ebony, not Wendy She.
Mumbako. Yeah, so that's your friend, right? Debian. Thank you for telling us. Okay. Alfred Okufu. Over to you, my brother.
All right. Yeah, solid point you've made. I mean, I agree with you. My submission is that, bro, I mean, your examples you gave were solid, but I also want to say that, I mean, effective systems includes making sure that the implementation is done. There's a lot of monitoring, and I mean, the justice system is working. I mean, that makes it the entire system. So if the justice system is working, I mean, then you can tell me that if somebody does that and drives past 10 and calls his uncle or his hometown chief, and a person speaks on their behalf. I mean, if the justice system is also working, that uncle or chief or anybody will not have his or her way to make the person go scot-free. So I mean, it's the whole thing that we are talking about here. I mean, the system is not just the policy or the laws that are being made. I mean, it transcends that. It goes beyond the punishment, and all of those things are part of it. So I mean, I agree with you. And so let us all come together and fix it. I mean, corruption is something that, if you say corruption, it's everybody. Everybody does a lot of corrupt acts and all of that. And so I agree with you, brother. But I'm saying that the systems it's not just the laws. I didn't actually say it's just the laws. It goes beyond the laws. That's where there are a lot of implementation. They monitor it. They make sure that people are punished for it, and actually people are punished for it and not go scot-free. And so, bro, I mean, I agree with you, and I'm saying that corruption is on the rise in this country, and our leaders are failed. As I said, the leaders, and then somebody was making a submission. I want to say that, I mean, you said the powers belongs to us. But bro, you and I, we are not in parliament. It is leaders who are in parliament. It's leaders who are in the cabinet meetings. These people are making the decisions for the country. So in as much as we are the government, we are the people, government for the people, of the people, and whatever, these leaders actually make the final decisions on behalf of us. And so no matter how you say it, no matter how you see it as the people or I, myself, you, and everybody in this country, I mean, the policy will not be made by you and I. It will be made by the leaders appointed or elected to lead us. And so it goes back to them. These people need to up their game, and these people should be truthful to Ghanaians. These people should be able to do what is necessary and what is important for this country. And I think if they are doing all of these things, coupled with the systems working and making sure that nobody have his way behind closed doors and all of those things, Ghana would be the country we want to live in, and Ghana would always want to be, will be a better place. And we wouldn't want to choose any other country. I mean, who doesn't want to stay in his house and enjoy? And Mami, one thing I want to say to you, I mean, Ghana is not only in Accra. A lot of people are living in very, very bad situations in Ghana. So maybe you think people are living too much comfort in Ghana. Ghana is not only Accra. Accra people are chilling. We that are in the village, if you see a lot of people who are not comfortable at all. So that's what I want to say.
Ayo. Our time is up. We just take some one or two submissions, And then we'll end it up for today. I think this conversation has been healthy. I think we'll have to continue next week because there are a lot of people people joined and couldn't speak. Sorry for coming late. I mean, sorry because you came late. That's why I'm apologizing for you for coming late. The system is not working. I'm apologizing for you for coming late. How? I mean, how? So we'll continue next week. Reynard, you have the last say, and then you give us the announcement, and then we go away.
I like to have the last say. Thank you, Bernard. Charlie, I think I side with both of them. I don't know who I'm supporting right now, but then I like what is going on here right now. I strongly believe the leadership of the country is broken. I'm not talking about probably government or something. I'm talking about leadership in general. Usually you see that one thing is taught and one another thing is practiced, and that is what is worrying most of us now. We want to be like some people who are 100 years old and we are just 65 years. They are even more than 100. What I'm trying to say is, like, let's say we want a system like America, but they have done twice of what we have done, and still we want to be like them. It won't work that way. It's growth and it's a process, and we must go through it. Yes. So the leaders, that is one. But secondly, we also have to ensure that these leaders are doing what they are supposed to do. It's for us to be the checks. We are the system. We are the system. Anyway, thank you very much. Bembo will do the rest of the vote of thanks. But then, let's know that Black Friday is upon us. Black Friday is upon us. And we are supposed to all be part of Black Friday if you are in Ssag with Ssag of Ssag.
And for Ssag.
As for Ssag. So we are all supposed to be part. So this Sunday we'll be having rehearsals and we should all try and attend. Bernard, I hand over to you for the rest of the announcements.
All right, fams. I mean, because we want the system to work, we are supposed to close at exactly 10 p.m. Please, from next week, the program starts at 8. The show starts at exactly 8:30. What my system ni Juma? Oh, ni it's just free how. At the show starts at 8:30, but people will join at 15 minutes to 10. 15. Hey, emancipated mentality abaze. Bibini enipo. Bibi. So please, I beg all of you in the name of God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. 8:30, then 10 we close. Let's just be on time, okay? Let's just be on time. I beg you, go Bibini. Let's be on time. All right. Please, our Ssag shirts are ready. This is more like an appeal for fun. Okay, so if you know you want some of the shirts, just kindly hit the DMs of Hilda Ablo, okay, and you just make a small donation. The donation should be like 30 cedis and above. I mean, you're helping with the upcoming production. That's basically it. It's not like you're charging you be like that, but I mean, for us, you're part of Ssag, and you're for Ssag and of Ssag and in Ssag and on Ssag and out Ssag and all over Ssag, whatever Ssag, all the. Please, we are asking that. We are just using that as a kind of support for the upcoming production on 17th April, so that I mean we'll be able to sort some 1,000 or 2,000 things out. Okay, so please, the shirts are very, very nice. We'll put the sample on the page, and then you see how beautiful it is. It was designed by our very own Kelly Max, who is on the call. Kelly Max, yeah man, our official graphics for Ssag. yeah, so please, that'll be it for now. And as Reina says, Sunday there's rehearsal. Let's not forget to be praying into the production. Let's not forget to pray for Russia. Let's not forget to pray for Ukraine and, the global market as a whole. Let's not forget to also pray for our beloved country, Ghana. I mean, 65 years. Like by now, the Ghana will retire a living rich life. Holiday or Maldives, but any good so high. So how I'll end is, it all depends on us. We are the next batch of generation. We can't disappoint the next generation that will come. So I like how all these ideas have been poured out, how we are thinking aloud, how we are trying to be visionaries and all that. It do a time so when we are also in higher positions. Let's remember this day and keep it holy. Let's not be like our fathers, our forefathers, who didn't make the system work. I mean, networks are good, but we have to make the system work. Say, who be now but then, if you see that is not in the right place, let's put structures to place and then be disciplined as well. Let's have a good evening and God richly bless you and your families for coming. It's been amazing hosting you. We meet same time next week. We might continue this topic because I see that there's a lot on people's mind, especially Perfect Jifasumevi and Betty Deborah who just left the call. So as we always do, I mean, I'll give a quick shout out to everybody on the call. Alfred Kufu, God bless you. Kukops, Deborah Anna Nimanola Preku, who is asleep now, but still on the call. Yapon. Yeah, system work. Wow, you are 7 minutes past our time, sir. We are owing. Hilda Ablo, God bless you. Kelly Max, Penny Nyameke, God bless you and your brother. Mami Abudu, God bless you and your mom. We still want your mom to be on our next call, Mami. So please, perfect. God bless Reynard. Yeah, Sampene Buedu, who is in the war zone and chilling. God bless you for coming. It was amazing having you on the call. The back and forth with you and Alfred was healthy. We like it. Next week we might continue with the same topic, and then let's read, please. Let's be reading a lot, okay? Let's read aloud. Anything that comes your way, read it. Read it. Debbie Ann, this is especially for you. Read it. Yes, Alfred, you have to hit your app. He's a top guy. All the things I'm doing right now, IT wise and social media wise, Sampeni was my teacher. Yeah, believe it or not, he was my teacher, and he's still my teacher. He's actually teaching me more. So let's be reading. If we see any link on the page, at least let's take some few minutes to. I mean, if you are not reading into the scratch, just scan through, see what the link is about. Okay, and then just have a fair idea, because right now the world is moving at a faster pace. Like, if you don't read wide and you don't get yourself abreast with what's happening in the world, the price tag so say China for. So please, I beg you in the name of God, let's be reading. God richly bless you. Your selfie time. Let's turn on your cameras. Let's see how your face is looking. Me right now, I'm looking basa because I've not bathed the whole day. Don't judge me, please. I'm working from home, and where I am is cold. It's -1. Sapede can attest to it. Sapede will be the weather for your end.
No, baby, ni crab here there we are.
Baby crab.
If -8, bambo.
Where Sapede is -8. Where I am is -1. I beg. That's why I have no bad. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Why you explain? Just say it's not bad. The end. Why you explaining?
Guys, I have to jump to another call. Charlie, God bless you and family. Please, you can turn on your cameras. Let's see your faces, boy. I beg you. Yeah.
Alfred.
Let me end the recording.
End the recording. Hello.
Alfred, you have to show your face. You never show your face.